welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new here, my name is Jasleen, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So with a lot of the price increases across various designer houses, it's become increasingly frustrating to land a classic looking piece that you've had your eye on to include in your wardrobe. So for everybody who is looking to get into certain designer houses and get a really nice piece, I wanted to share a bit of a shopping tip that I discovered by accident. So I'm going to show you the bag that I purchased, and I discovered this by accident through another friend of mine. So there was a bag that she had bought, and the price was unbelievable. So I asked her for the item code, and I searched for it amongst the boutiques in Canada, and I was able to find it locally. So here is the box, and my receipt is here. And let's undo that ribbon. And I thought, you know what, it's great to share this tip with you guys. So open up the box is kind of, I guess, a little bit bigger than the size of a mini. So we're going to undo the tissue paper. And inside I've got like my care card and stuff like that. So let's set that here. And it's got tissue paper around it, so I'll remove the tissue paper and surprise you guys. And here she is. Isn't this stunning? This is absolutely stunning. This is a seasonal flap from 2019, so it's from the 19B collection, and it's in, I believe it's glazed calfskin if I'm not mistaken. Super classic shape. It kind of reminds me of the shape of the pochette métisse from Louis Vuitton, and there is just absolutely stunning. So turn lock closure. Okay, I'll just get a little bit closer. So there, it's a flap bag. It has, I guess they call it like a reverse chevron quilting, and you've got a turn lock closure here, and you open the bag up. Inside, it's got leather on the flap, and then here we've got some tissue paper. The inside is fabric, and it's one compartment, so it's a single flap. There's a zip compartment, and then there's also a flap compartment here as well. I'll try to show you a close-up later. This bag is made in France. So a lot of seasonal bags that are limited. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I'll show you a close-up photo. But a lot of seasonal bags that are made in limited quantities are made in France. So that's kind of nice. Okay, here is a generous back pocket that is not super tight. Like, you can easily get your hand in without overstretching it. It has 4 grommets, and the nice thing about 4 grommets is that you can play with the strap very easily. So you can wear it double strap, you can easily change it to single strap effortlessly. So you can wear it on your shoulder, you can wear it on your shoulder single strap, and you can also wear it crossbody, and I'll do some mod shots as well. But I could not believe the price on this bag in comparison to the bags that we have now, and this is cheaper than a mini right now. So this retailed for $4,800, which is, by today's standards, very reasonable for a somewhat classic looking bag. And this isn't tiny, like it's quite a medium sized bag. It's bigger than a mini as well. So on the grommets, you have, on each grommet you have 31 Rue Cambon written. I don't know if you can see, and then it has Chanel on each of the grommets. It's structured, but it's also soft as well. I will definitely get a base shaper for this bag, even though, I might not need it, but I think over time, just to sort of protect it, I would probably get just a hard shaper for the bottom. I think that's great for something that is a bag that's made out of a single layer of leather and then has cloth underneath, as opposed to say a bag with a double layer of leather, so which is leather outside and inside. But when I saw this color, like, I never thought I'd get a burgundy, maroon, or wine colored, whatever you want to call it, this sort of color of bag. And I never gravitated towards maroon colors, but it's actually a very nice neutral. It is dark enough, but it'll go with absolutely everything. And when I saw this color, automatically I thought of various items in my wardrobe that I could wear this with. The strap length is perfect. It's similar to the strap of, say, the trendy CC, so it has this little leather bit at the top, and then the chain is actually about the same width as the trendy CC, and it's very comfortable. Like, it won't slide off your shoulder because the strap is fairly thin, so it nestles in to your shoulder very nicely. But I really like this, and this comes, there are several colors that were available in this. So the boutique also has a navy kicking around. And another boutique I contacted had a beautiful forest green. So if anybody's into that, that would be really nice. And it also came in a gray, so a beautiful like dove gray, which I'm tempted to get because the upcoming collection has a gray in it, and I don't know if I want to spend that sort of money on like a mini or a classic flap when I can get a similar bag. And the only thing that's kind of like deterring me is like, well, do I want the two of the same bag, you know? But the price is just so good, and this can fit a lot. So I'll show you some mod shots, and I'll also show you what I can fit inside. This color is something that automatically I can imagine it. It went so well with navy. It went really well with like beige. It went really well with like black and white, which is a lot of the time what I wear. Grays, it will go with mauve, it will go with pinks. It can also go with like different types of green as well. Like, so there are just endless colors that I could wear this with, and it's such a beautiful neutral. It's very different, it's very rich looking. I really love the vintage look of this because it is a glazed calfskin, but it is meant to look a little bit worn, but not in a bad way. So it's got the sides here, beautiful quilting. It's nice and puffy, but it's not overly puffy as well. So I really feel like I'm going to really enjoy this bag. So bags that have been seasonal, and they're probably not repeated again. I think they did have similar bags like this in the past. Chanel always comes out with a beautiful maroon burgundy color every so often because it is a pretty iconic color. Like, this is a very similar color to the inside of their classic flaps, so it does come back in certain collections. And I think in the coming collections in like the winter, there will be a burgundy color. So this, I guess it missed the price increase. So we had a massive price increase in 2020. And since this is not a repeated style, it kind of, yeah, it got overlooked with the price increase. When I saw the price, I was really surprised because it's cheaper than a mini right now. And I think the mini retails in the US, rectangular mini at least, for $4,100, and here it's over $5,000 and then add tax on top. So bigger than a mini, cheaper than a mini. And if you watch Super Dacob's channel, Super Dacob has a very great channel. He does a lot of discussion topics and he shows a lot of styles. He's very knowledgeable at various designer houses. He's a big fan of Chanel, and I think he'd really appreciate this bag because it is made in France and because it's so classic. This even has the edge stitching, guys. Like, it has edge stitching on the flap. There's just so many good things I can say about this bag already. Like, I'm super excited to wear it. But he unboxed a, oh, the sticker's still on it. Nobody took the sticker off. I think, yeah, all over it. He unboxed a camera bag. It was a reissue camera bag that was from a few years ago, and he located in boutiques, and the price was really low compared to what something similar would be today. And it's because it just got missed in the price increase, because every repeated style for example, the Trendy CC, the Coco Handle, which aren't really considered classic iconic bags like the classic flap or boy bag, the Gabrielle, and now the 19. These will always have a price increase, but this got missed. So what I've learned with this example is don't hesitate to look for older styles that maybe didn't sell. And I tried to find what the style code of this is before I saw it on my receipt. So I have it on my receipt and I'll include it in the description box. But if you go to sites like the Purse blog or Purse forum, they usually have from year to year, like they'll have different pages featuring bags from each collection. So on Chanel, the website, they'll carry on 2 collections, I think, on the site, 2 or 3. I think 2 max, and then they get deleted off the site, so you can't see that image again of those bags. But the Purse blog does articles and blog posts, and then they feature all the bags that were on the website from years past. So I've been able to find my own bags that I own that are seasonal on that site. So you have the style code and everything, and it has pricing in US dollars, Canadian, Euro, British pounds, Australian dollars. So it is great as a reference point for research. And let's say if you like a style from there that is seasonal and, you know, like camera bags and stuff like that, look at past seasons and ask your local boutiques, like see if they still have them. And because I'm pretty sure nobody bought this bag at the time, because you could purchase other classic bags around the same price, if not cheaper. And now, with everything having been increased so much, this is considerably very cheap. So, you know, for Chanel. So yeah, you can't get a bag at Chanel for this price, something that is as classic looking as this. So I'm very tempted by the gray that's coming. It has the champagne gold hardware, just like with this. Absolutely stunning, and super excited to use it. So I'm going to give you some comparison shots for size reference. So here's the bag, and this is the rectangular mini. So that is a size comparison. So it's bigger, right? Definitely bigger. So that is a size comparison between the mini rectangular and this flat bag. The Trendy CC, so it's almost the same size as the Trendy CC, but I think this one's slightly wider than this one, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no. Height-wise, about the same. Length, they're about the same. So yeah, about the same, except this has compartments and this one doesn't, but I bet this will actually fit about the same amount of stuff. And then comparison to the classic flap, definitely this is, you know, taller than the classic flap, okay? So it's definitely taller and just as long, just as wide as the classic flap. So it's just taller, okay? This is a single flap, this is a double flap. This obviously is going to have much more limited capacity than something like this, which is a single flap. This is also lighter than the medium classic flap. Even though we don't really find this bag to be heavy, it's more of the bigger sizes. This is actually a bit lighter than the medium classic flap, but like even this will go so well with black, like an all black outfit too. This is me from the future, so I just wanted to add, I've come to the realization, and I've also heard from a few sales associates, that stock is being mobilized between boutiques. So especially from like the UK and from places in Europe, stock is being sent to other boutiques because of the extended closures and lockdowns that they were experiencing. And we've been experiencing closures and lockdowns here in Toronto as well. Like we've had pretty long closures. And it's like the seasonal stuff is being swapped around, and not that people weren't shopping, like there's stuff that wasn't sold, but that doesn't mean that people weren't shopping, because I feel as though, and I've heard, that a lot of luxury boutiques actually did really well during the pandemic because people were buying and putting their money towards luxury goods because they couldn't spend that money on taking a vacation. And this is for people who were not affected financially by the pandemic. And there's a lot of small businesses that were really affected, but I mean the people that are shopping are people who weren't financially affected by this pandemic. So long story short is that there was a lot of remote shopping that, you know, never really happened for places like Chanel, and people were buying stuff over the phone via email and then having stuff sent to them, which never really happened before. And the thing is that if you were to ask for anything, you're usually asking for current stuff, or maybe classic items that you know the item codes for, or stuff that has been newly released, but you weren't really looking at old stock. So think about the bag that I've shown. It's from 19B, so this is from kind of like near the end of 2019, and then you go into 2020 and that was a total shit show. So and then with delayed production and all that, but there is stock that, you know, seasonal stuff from seasons past that nobody really saw in person. And usually when you're buying seasonal pieces that are a little bit different, you're usually coming across them in boutique as a surprise, like stuff that's older, like that, you know, isn't current and is being pulled out from the stock room. Because what happens with, you know, a lot of these luxury house showrooms is that they'll rotate their floor, they'll stage their floor differently, like literally I think every week. So they have somebody come in specially who is part of the brand and stages the entire boutique and kind of moves things around so that, you know, when customers come in, there's something new to look at, or, you know, they'll introduce a piece here and there that they've pulled from the back stock room so that it looks like there's more variety, and it's just helping with the aesthetic to draw people in. So you would only come across pieces like this if you were in the boutique and you saw them. I would not have dreamt up this bag because I wasn't following it unless I actually saw it in boutique. So keep a lookout. I would go onto the purse blog. So there's the purse forum, which is, it really sucks you in. Like I'm just like, I can't follow it because there's so many posts. But the purse blog has, I'll probably link it below, but there are pages of archived posts where they put out all the seasonal bags for the current season. And so that's how I looked up this bag, because I pulled it up from their archive and it has photos from the Chanel website on there. So you can go on there and pick up like past seasons, maybe go back like 2018, I don't know, 2017, you never know, right? And look up a seasonal piece that, you know, has not been repeated again. And if you like it, maybe ask your boutique to look that item code up and see if it's available in your country. That's a good tip. Okay guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this little insider shopping tip, and I hope that Chanel doesn't catch on and start increasing prices of all of their bags regardless of if they sold or not. These are still kicking around in boutique, so I know there are some available in Canada, a few pieces, and I know that there's one Burgundy that I know that there's one Burgundy left in Canada. I purchased one of them, and if you're in the States, you will probably find them. If you're in Europe, you'll definitely find them. These are still kicking around. No one bought them yet, and I'm so glad that that sales associate was able to dig up the gray for one of my friends, and by that I found out about this style and I looked into it and I was able to find it. So stay tuned. I will do a review. If you guys like these sort of videos, don't forget to hit subscribe and click the thumbs up and tap the bell notification button to get notified every time I do upload a new video. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.